Hello everybody, welcome back, as ever, to Bidden, our wonderful, albeit slightly underdeveloped, island. And last episode we made this rather lovely, yes, very nice, little market here, which was a smaller project, but I think it worked out pretty well. I think it looks good. All I need to do is figure out where all my villagers seem to keep going. But today we have a bit of an exploratory mission to get to, because I feel like I've built it up enough, I feel like it's good enough time, and I feel like I need to confront whatever terrifying thing is about to happen to me. So, yeah, we are going to go to the mine, and we're going to start off this episode by finding out whatever is underneath what used to be bedrock until recently. This feels like the start of a horror movie. This feels like the start of The Abyss or something, but, you know, it's probably fine. I've got, okay, admittedly not too many lights on me. That's probably a failing that I should consider, but if I feel like if I consider this much longer, I'm going to reconsider it, so I'm just gonna grab what we've got. I've got full netherite armor, I've got, like, netherite tools, I've got a bow and plenty of arrow. I've got patreon.com/lying. It should be fine. So, here we go. What's the absolute worst that could happen? Right now, I have killed a wyvern with basically a rocket launcher. What do I have to be scared of this? Oh boy. Okay, yep. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. We're just gonna do it. It's a little exploration kind of thing. Okay. So.
Hello, Lying.
Hi?
Hi!
Where? Okay.
Don't worry about
it. Did I forget another, like, building project or something?
You've forgotten a few at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
That's why I ask. Why? What brings you to Bidden?
Not necessarily why I'm here, but I'm sure there's a few rummaging around in your head that you've neglected over the past few weeks. Have you gotten any sleep? You look run ragged, my man.
I've seen better days. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What are you doing down here anyway? This is a horrible place to be.
Well, you see all these, like, kind of like dark grey kind of blocks. That's deep slate, and it's a new thing. And
never seen it before, really?
No, not really. And it used to be that everywhere that you see deep slate around here, it used to be bedrock. Right, does that phenomenon sound familiar to you?
Well, we have research on deep slate back at the labs.
Right.
I've heard of bedrock replacing, or deep slate replacing bedrock. That sounds rather odd. Have you been?
Well, the thing is,
No.
this, like, fully deep slate level down here, that used to be the bottom of the world. But we can mine deep slate where we can't mine bedrock. So I'm down here pondering what exactly is under there, because maybe it's the lack of sleep, but I've been feeling a bit of an ominous presence below it, and I think it probably bears investigation.
I think you need a nap. You know,
I won't disagree on
think
that.
You've been up for far too long at this point, and I think you need to take a nap. And then, I think you need to get on with some of those other projects that you've... maybe take your mind off of whatever this idea of a mysterious presence is. I mean, come on. Really? Do you really think there's some mysterious presence lying just below the surface? That's ridiculous.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first around here, really. But
look, if there's going to be a mysterious presence hanging around, it's going to be up there, not down there. You get me?
Not in the slightest bit. What do you mean? How is there likely to be one up there instead of below us?
You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, and I'm sure everything will be resolved soon enough. Now, I've been needing a few bits and pieces.
Well, you've got your giant ship over there, though I'm still honestly not sure how you're going to maneuver to get out of here, because I'm pretty sure if it goes much far forward, it's going to ram into the island.
It has thrusters on the side line. Have you never seen a modern cargo ship?
What do you mean it has thrusters?
Under the waterline, on each side, there are small ventilation, or well, not ventilation, but like small ports on the side that allow the ship to maneuver on a dime, basically.
I see no such vents.
Well, you're not exactly the most knowledgeable about these things, are you? Considering that you didn't realize it had them in the first place.
Because, look, I am not a fool for not noticing that which is not here.
Well, perhaps one of these days you'll get better eyesight. Anyway, I do have a small shopping list, if you don't mind.
Right.
A pile of pumpkins. My pumpkin farm is on the fritz again.
I see.
I need a little bit of assistance with that sort of things.
How many pumpkins we talking here?
3 or 4 double chests.
Right. I might have trouble with that. I think my current farm is only really built for 1, and then just mulches the rest.
Well, there's a project for you then, my friend.
I had been meaning to industrialize those farms, but...
have a very good day, Lying. I have to get going. I hope you get some sleep. You definitely seem to need it. Have fun building that farm. I expect those double chests of pumpkins within the next few days. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, change your plan. These things happen, I guess. I'm not going to say no too eagerly to something that takes me away from whatever the hell is underneath the bedrock. Hey. have you ever realized, about an hour into a thing, that you've made a horrible mistake? No? Well, firstly, I find that very unlikely, but I definitely have today, because I made the decision that we were going to make a nice red industrial building, because those are the kind that I grew up with around England and whatnot, especially the northeast, which is very much the industrial part of England and such. And then I realized I haven't actually made bricks any point in this entire season. So, yeah, I am out of bricks entirely, and I made like 8 or 9 stacks of them to do this. I even tried to extend how far I could get with them using polished granite and granite here, and we are very far from done here. But you know, I think I can finish this off camera, and at the very least you'll get some idea of what I'm working with here. So, here we have the main courtyard, as it were, of our industrial building. This wall will be going higher, like I think another 2 blocks higher or so, just to have a nice little kind of framed courtyard, where there might be a wagon or some kind of cart that you have to like fill stuff in, that sort of stuff. Moving into our first floor, we have this nice little detailing here of the crossbar. I like that. It's fairly empty just because I ran out of bricks and then I ran out of energy, so yeah. Here we have the storage. I don't know why I decided to plan ahead for 8 different things, considering that I have barely managed to get the first one to go, but it is nonetheless going. We have 8 different silos. We have pumpkins already coming in. I'm going to put, I'm going to try and maybe expand up there to get it going faster. It is definitely smaller than it used to be, but now it has about 5 different double chests worth of storage, so yay. And right at the end here we also have bone meal, because previously the overflow from the pumpkins was going into storage, and then it was going into just being mulched. That is still the case, but now we have 5 double chests of storage for bone meal as well. Nice little rear access here. And bone meal is a big deal for this island because it's it's a big factor in how the tree farm, the lumber mill over yonder, actually works. So having it actually be in vast quantities now is probably going to be a lot better. Moving on to our first floor here, we have sorting. So this is effectively the engineering deck, if you will. Here I have all of our different sorters. Oh, we just got a little bit of pumpkin in there. Very good. So we are sorted for pumpkins. This is an arrow currently, but it will be a melon slice eventually. We then have beetroots. We have potato. We have berries. Oh, I might change that for carrots, who knows. We have bread, because villagers will create bread rather than wheat, but that's fine for the most part. And we have cocoa beans. Again, and especially given the height of this place, I'm probably not going to end up using all of these, because it's pretty late in the season, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be before we hold off on going to the next version. But yeah, this is mostly just because I could, I guess, for the most part. But yes, so the way this works is that there is this section over here. I could probably move it to this side, but it's fine over here, where things will be ejected and fall via gravity all the way from every single floor above it into the storage, and if it makes it all the way here, it passes all of the filters, it just gets chucked into here. Theoretically, there is a chance that something could end up in sorting that doesn't actually go into here, but I think it'll be fine, especially for right now when we pretty much only have pumpkins coming in. How you doing, bub? So let's see, here we have the actual farm. And it's not grassy like it used to be, so it's not quite as aesthetic, I will say. But it is just happily working along, same way as it used to. Still makes a fair bit of noise, but I put blocks over the note blocks so they at least are quieter, because you can hear those for quite some distance, and the last thing I need is the cacophony. I don't mind the pistons so much, I guess, but yeah. Over here, oh, we should see this in action in a hot second. Okay, so here we just have what used to be called a pulse extender, I guess. We get a brief pulse from the comparator here. That then sends a signal up to this piston, which spins, putting these two observers looking at each other. And because observers that are active have a different block state than observers that are inactive, we can see that on the right there, powered equals false, we can actually create a quite rapid clock just by putting them next to each other like that, which then pulses our dropper to dispense whatever is in there one block at a time. So, basically, as compact as I can get to just take everything from in here and shove it into the storage down there. Very nice, very succinct. And I'm not 100% certain on what I'm going to do for the roof, if I'm going to have it be one singular roof like most of the buildings, or if it's going to be like segmented, which is a common thing for a lot of industrial buildings and factories and such around here, but for now, this is what I've got. And consequently, Lucian, I believe, has successfully distracted me from doing the thing I was going to do this episode. But, oh well. I'll just AFK over here for a bit and get some pumpkins going, and hopefully by the next episode I will have gotten, somehow, enough bricks to finish off this whole structure. But, oh boy. Oh boy. Anyways, that is all that I have time for today. I'm afraid. I hope you've enjoyed. Nonetheless, it was not what I had on plan, but, you know, well, things happen, I guess. Every so often, when you're on a multiplayer server, every so often, somebody shows up and ruins your entire plan for the episode. Hey. Anyways, if you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you all as ever next time. You stumble from the bar in a haze. The sound of the indie prog alt-rock band is still ringing in your ears as you clumsily enter a back alley. As you decide to mistake one of the open wall spaces for a latrine, a hooded figure approaches you from the shadows. They are tall, thin, and their presence makes your heart pound within your chest. As they reach into their pocket, you are struck with surprise as they reveal a Patreon plug. That's right, for as little as $1 each month you can access special content, community events, and other benefits at patreon.com/lying. That's patreon.com/lying. Also, they've stolen your wallet.